Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro Ruiz, creative tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
Yes, that's right. This is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody hanging out. We are streaming live on all the channels. This is episode 428. It is January 24th, 2024. We're hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server. If you'd like to join us during the show, you can drop in a comment, a GIF, a meme, a meme. All those are good. The URL link to the Discord server is discord.gg/Adafruit. And we will be there throughout the whole show. This week, we have new projects. We have some prototyping. We have community makes and a Timelapse Tuesday. All that and more on, you guessed it, 3D Hangouts. Hangouts. We'll take a couple moments to let folks come into all the different channels. We're hanging out in Facebook, LinkedIn, I think, YouTube, Twitch, Twix, formerly known as Twitter. Giving a shout out to Jim Hendrickson. Hello, Vince Fark, Duester, Squid JPEG, Andy Calloway. Hello in the Discord chat room.
I was hanging out in the YouTube chat. Good morning, Con McCarter.
Yeah, Connor McCarter.
Twitch. Let's see, Facebook just loaded up. I should probably load up LinkedIn as well, huh?
Yeah, LinkedIn. I don't know if they have chats going on, but we're streaming there since with StreamYard is what we use. If anybody wants to know.
And I forgot to do the Instagram one too.
Oh, Instagram. Yeah, you need the direct access to that one. But anyway, let's go ahead and start off with our housekeeping. Got some bills to pay, as we do. It's almost the end of the month here. Let's check in on adafruit.com/free and take a look at all the different tiers for folks that spend a certain amount of money with Adafruit. You're going to get a free product automatically added to your checkout cart. If your order is $99 or more, you'll get a free PCB coaster with the golden Adafruit logo. If your order is $149 or more, you'll get the PCB coaster plus an Adafruit KB2040. It's that lovely keyboard driver using the RP2040 chip, STEMMA QT port, and all of the GPIO you could ever want. If your order is $199 or more, you'll get the PCB coaster, the KB2040, and free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. And if your order is $299 or more, you'll get the free shipping, the KB2040, the PCB coaster, and a Circuit Playground Express. You can get them all. How many freebies can you get? All of them. So that's the deals. And it's at adafruit.com/free. Again, these are free, or these are automatically added to your cart. They're not free, but you know what I mean? Or they are free when you spend a certain amount of money. On top of that, we have a 10% discount code this week. The code is Shutter. And we'll see why once we get to the new project section, which is up next.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's project, which is, you've already mentioned it, this little remote shutter button that connects to the Memento. So we have this little analog button that triggers the shutter button. And the main reason is so when you're holding your camera, you can have a tendency to push down and it will, cause some movement in the camera. So to eliminate that or mitigate that, we have the shutter button externally being activated or triggered away from it to minimize on that. And one of the most spots you'll see that is when you have like a lower light levels, your shutter speed will go down to compensate for that, to try to gather in more light. And when that happens, you're definitely going to get a lot of shake. So this connects to the A0 port. We have a couple of ports exposed now on the case. Oh, hold on. Do something. So it just plugs in like that. And we also exposed the other A1 port. So if you wanted to power, I guess if you wanted to have this button be eliminated, you could definitely do that as well. And then for if you want to attach another sensor or something, we have the 4-pin STEMMA port in there for that. So you had like a, I don't know, like a temperature or like a vibration sensor or something else attached to there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so what we're doing here is modifying the 3-pin little cable here. And we have just the signal and the ground going in there that's triggering it. And inside the case, I get my little spudger tool here, open that up. Take a look at the simplicity of this momentary, or this tactile push button that we have on here. So it is this little, the 3-pin port on here on the PCB, and we have a little mounting holes on there. That's pretty much it. It's just a button that makes contact. And because this is just, a button making contact, we can actually make something even simpler. Yeah, Lamar wanted something that was easily to construct with just a piece of cardboard and some tinfoil. Since this is all the button really is, it's just making contact with the ground and the signal there. So when you push down on it, it acts as another trigger button. So go ahead and demonstrate that by plugging this in. And again, we just modified 3-pin JST, and I attached it to my new favorite type of wire. This is, I think it's supposed to be for like USB cables, but this is a 3-pin version of it. It has 3 wires on it that you're able to have all nicely bundled up and then just solder to these alligator clip ones that will bite down on this copper tape. Back up here. You can see it's the trace that it's making. And all I did here was just fold it and score this little piece of cardboard to, when you push down on it, it'll trigger it. So let me just go ahead and plug that in and demonstrate that. So if you want to make like a, I don't know, like a, not a booby trap, but say like, if you wanted to like to catch your animal in the act of like jumping on the bed, you could definitely utilize something like this where it would be down where the animal would step down on. And when you push down on it, you can hear that it's snapped.
Yep.
And then I'll get you a visual of that. So little snap. And the focusing works as well. So if you push and hold down, you can see that it also focuses. And then one more time, it'll do the snap.
Wow.
So it maintains its focusing ability if you hold down, or if it sees that you're pushing down on it. The debouncing library is handling that. And then it'd be cool to have like access to all the other buttons, but John actually made a really cool wireless one that has controls to not only the focusing and like the colors and all the resolutions and the modes, but like the color for the LED ring as well. So if you want to have like even more control and have it be wireless, definitely come check that guide coming out a little bit later.
Yep. I think this will be the external remote is essential when you're doing a time lapse, because we do have that ability to do time lapses with the onion skinning feature on the fancy camera app. So doing something like that really needs something that's in your hand, because if you're using like an iPad and you got to like, it's a glass, you don't have any tactile feedback when you're doing a soft button. So this is the type of thing where it's like, I think time lapse is like the best kind of thing to do.
And the motion time lapses. So if you're doing like stop motion, like with clay or something, and you want to control each time that the shutter is taken without having another battery like your phone, the viewfinder for that, which is kind of what we use for our when we're shooting video. You don't notice that we need like 2 phones for that, because the other phone is always constantly getting notifications or a phone call. So it's definitely nice to have something that is not going to distract you, or that has multiple uses for it. Oh, I should have showed you the case for that as well.
This is so I have the STEMMA wired tactile push button pack of 5 product page open here, and just to show that one of the reasons why we picked this button is because it's so easy to wire. It's got the built-in JST connector, and it comes with the wires too, and it comes in a pack of 5 with these little button caps pre-installed, and you can change the colors out if you want. But they have mounting holes, and it's a PCB. And
so this is
great.
So this is one that you had already cut. How did you cut this one? Did you just snap it? Like,
I believe I just snapped them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They have a score on them, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And you can just snap them with a little bit of firm force. You can snap them.
I thought you took them into the... Yeah, I thought you like cut them with the...
I have them here somewhere. I must have put them away in a. Wait. Here they are. I still have them. So here's what the pack looks like. Let me go to. I gotta flip flop around here.
I should have used the blue one. I like that color.
Yeah. Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So they come in a pack of 5. They come in this pack, and you get all the buttons or all the
it
cables.
comes with the wire. Oh,
yeah, that's essential because.
So I was going through my parts, and I was like, "Where did these other cables come from?"
Oh, really?
Now I know.
Yeah. So, they're already scored. So I'm gonna snap one off right here, and they just snap off easy peasy.
Wow.
Maybe be careful with the little. I don't even see any dust, so
Yeah, that's
we're good there because it is fiberglass. Be careful, folks. But the button caps are removable. They can come off with a little bit of force. You can 3D print your own, but these are nice because they're injection molded, and they're already colored. And you just pop it back in. I think like that. Or maybe they're keyed in a way.
I think they are.
There you go. And they're very clicky. Yeah, but this is the main deal here is to have a connector on there so you don't have to do any wiring. They're already surface mounted, soldered for you. They're ready to go. They really are. All you got to do is fashion a way to plug it in. So I guess you could use 2 of them because you do need another plug connector on it to connect to the JST connector. So I mean, you got you do need a little bit of soldering.
Yeah,
you got to have the other
cable that has both ends with the 3-pin JST, but I think those are like small. So
exactly, they're short. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So this was measured to what I needed it to be, and I'm using just the heat shrink tubing on here just to keep the wires nice and bundled. Because when you do sacrifice that center one, it is gonna sort of split on itself.
Yeah,
this is the one I'm thinking. Oh wait, what's the drop down? We have a drop down for lengths, or is it smaller than 100?
Yeah, they're just the different variations of it. So it's like the alligator clip version.
Yeah, for those long wires, like for the stomp button, definitely recommend getting a
roll. You want to get a roll.
Yeah, so I have 2 different versions. I have one that has the 4 wires, and this one has 3. Just because I liked it so much. I think I used it on the Tombstone project.
Yeah, that's right.
For the bird.
Like a foot stomp thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all we're doing. We have plenty of step switches. You could easily convert those into a Memento shutter button.
Exactly. Liz worked on one, 3D printed one. You can check out.
Yeah, she has one with like some springs, I think.
Yeah.
All sorts of ways.
Yeah, so if you take a look at the case, super simple. It just has the little nubs on there to align the PCB. Snap of that. Little nubs on there aligns the PCB. You see the little parts on there for the snap fit lid. So it goes in there like that. Just align it. And you have a little cutout for the wires. The little lid has the snap fit parts on the other side, and then some alignments on the top and the bottom for the wire. And then this just goes over the button, so you don't even have to take the button off. Get that in there. Show. Oops. And then it just snaps in like this. Okay.
Yay! Very nice.
And of course, I had to go with the translucent. Always going with the translucent on the.
Yeah, it matches the camera, which is very nice.
As you can see through. Really, why I started using it was so I could visualize where the components are. Like, oh no, am I squishing anything? Is anything getting in the way?
Yep.
This is just the purple translucent from Ulti Machine.
Yeah.
I think they're still the only ones who make this translucent purple.
Yeah,
I tried looking for it.
Huh. Yeah, it's a very nice kind of plum.
Yeah.
All right.
So you will need to get the updated case to get the ports that are on there, or the exposed ports. Yep. And the front case is still the same. It'll work with the little bear one or the kitty cat one that you made.
Very nice.
And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the guide.
Okay, you got it loaded there, I think.
Let's see. What's that?
You got it loaded, the Learn Guide?
Yes.
Okay.
Get out of full screen.
You can drive.
Can't see anything when I'm in full screen. What am I? Switching tabs. All right, let's go ahead and check out the guide for this. this little breakdown of everything we just talked about. It's for minimizing camera shake, for remote shooting. The button still allows you to do your focus. So when you're capturing, just hold down on it. It'll do the focus function. And then you can push again to do the capture. Build the stop button exact same way as the button. Just gotta have the longer wires, using the copper tape to create the trace, and it's plugged in the exact same way. A little bit of code that Liz wrote up for having a 0 being the trigger. The actual trigger built-in one still works as well, so you don't lose functionality to that. You can read the guides for all the prerequisites on that in the code. Same amount of parts for the Memento, the tripod 3/8 to 1/4 screw, the SD card, and the 420 milliamp hour battery. I didn't realize like you were showing that the kit actually comes with all the wires you need. So the only additional one you might need is going to be the alligator clip one if you want to build the stop button, and then the copper tape as well. Yeah, we have a couple different thickness widths for the copper tape.
Oh yeah,
you can choose.
They have adhesive, right? And it's conductive, so that's good.
Yeah. I think the Chibitronics, I think that you sent Gavin, that has the tape, right?
Oh no,
the adhesive is not conductive, so
wow,
you had to like bend it. I know, right? I thought it was, but every
wow.
time I tried making a trace with it, it didn't work, and I'm like, what's going on here? Until I like bent it or like folded the tape so it's on the top, and that worked. So I'm like, no, they didn't use
conductive adhesive is very
geez,
very nice. Take it for granted.
Yeah. So I got some parts there. All the parts we talked about. USB cable too, if you need to charge, and it fits a little 4-year-old's hand.
Yeah, it's great.
Moving on to CircuitPython. I think this is a mirror of the page for Memento. So if you want to get that code over, flash it to if it still has if it comes with Arduino, you definitely want to get CircuitPython installed on there. And then the code section for this, Liz wrote up, and you can see here the function for having the A1 act as the shutter.
Yeah, A0, but you can change it to A1.
Oh yeah. Yep. Circuit diagram, super easy. It's just plugging in.
Yeah, it's using the signal and the ground, but not the voltage.
Yeah. For the printing part, no supports for any of this. Just prints the separate pieces. Let's see. Yes, so you can get the step file for the shutter and the Momentum case that has the cutouts for the ports, and then the or you can just download all the STL separately, like so.
Yep.
All right, moving on to assembly of it. So we're showing off how to build both button types here. We'll start off with the remote case. And as we said, it's just 2 3-pin JSTs soldered together to create the link that you're going to need for that. Camera case with the Memento is installed in the exact same way as the previous one. Just align all your ports and your cutouts. The tactile button showed live there, so easy. It just goes over the nubs for the standoffs on the PCB. The case goes right on top. Just align the holes together to snap fit. And then the screw is inserted on the bottom here. Are going to need some, what is it, the M2.5 by 5 millimeter long screws to attach the little tripod portion here. That's the only bit you'll need for that. And then just showing how the traces look for building a cardboard stop button there. That's pretty simple. That's pretty much it. Super simple little way to trigger your camera.
Yeah. Yep. And if you want more of a wireless one, JP his guide is in moderation for using Touch OSC or OSC, which really simplifies a lot of things. Using your cell phone as a camera remote trigger. Because somebody in the comments was asking, what about a wireless remote?
Oh, I see.
That's coming. Really, probably tomorrow or later today. We'll have
probably later today.
Yeah, but if you want something tactical in your hand, This is a good way to do it, and it's
Yeah,
very very customizable because you can use
yeah,
all
yeah,
sorts of different buttons, switches, arcade button,
yeah.
whatever. Cool. If you want the button model of this, I have a part
Yeah.
3D model on GitHub. If you want to get that, if you want to use it in a different case or something, I'd model this because we don't have the PCB in Eagle CAD. So here's a nice drawing of it and a nice model of it with the mounting holes and everything. So you can check that out on our GitHub repository of Adafruit CAD parts. And that is this week's guide, project guide. If you want to pick up any of the parts we talked about, you can get 10% off your total order using the coupon code SHUTTER. All right. Anything? We got some Discord chatter. Good morning, DJ Devin.
Good morning.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
The onion skin feature in Memento is pretty cool. Yeah, it's very fun. Yeah, I'm gonna try out some DIY time lapse stuff. I got to print the case so I get the switch.
Andy Calloway saying it could be good for photographing lightning. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Maybe that's one of the sensors that could attach to it to get it triggered. Like as soon as it sees like the what is it, the lux, like as soon as it sees
the value,
the flash, the
Mhm.
value of the flash going in, take photos.
Wow, that's a good idea. Yeah, there'll definitely be more different unique ways to trigger the shutter coming soon in the works. All right, that is the project. Next up,
We're still on that. Yeah, I mean, with sound, it has a microphone built in and it has the accelerometer, so there is more than one way to trigger.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's What Are We Prototyping?
Yeah, this week we are prototyping a collab project with Brent, who is the head of IoT, Adafruit IO. So Brent wanted to create his own DIY IoT doorbell project. So we're collaborating. I designed a case that has the Momento inside and an arcade button. It's got a built-in switch and access to the USB port. It also has a little tripod screw, and I have it here in my little tripod thing. But the idea is to make kind of your DIY IoT doorbell, not video doorbell, but when you press the arcade button, let's see if we can do it. It takes a picture and it sends it through Adafruit IO, and it displays it on a dashboard or your feeds. So let's see if it showed up. I have a Adafruit IO dashboard set up here. Over here, and here is what the image looks like. It is it is kind of a crooked image, but you get the idea. Let me see if I can do a selfie here. And it may take a little bit to send to Adafruit IO because we are streaming, and my internet's not the best, but let's see if it updates in a minute or two. And we're still prototyping it. I think Brent's going to do maybe some updates to it. And did yours work? We're sharing the same feed, so it's kind of funny. We're sharing the same account, so you might see Pedro's. But yeah, that's the gist of it. While Adafruit IO loads it or not, let's take a look at the case. I suppose we can take a look at the case. So I designed this up last Thursday, and we wanted to go with the Ring doorbell kind of enclosure design. The challenge with this one was this arcade button is it's kind of tall, so I ended up going this route where I have like a sleeve that kind of protrudes out, which kind of works really well. It keeps the case relatively thin, and then you have an actuated a button here, which is kind of nice. I have a kind of an interesting cutout for the USB-C port. So that's this like little notch that comes out because you have super rounded edges here. Nice flat backing here, so you can mount this with some foam tape or a command strip to the wall or wherever you want to mount it. And then what I'm kind of testing out something new here is this built-in print-in-place slide switch actuator. So here you can see, we've done this sort of thing before where we have like a little separate piece that we print and then you pop it in and then there's like a lip so it don't fall out, but it can still fall in when you take it out. So what I did is I ended up coming up with this little V groove that's built into the little actuator here. So it actually can't fall out. And it has a nice amount of clearance between the edges so that it can only go left and right and then it can't fall out because of the V groove. And then it's printed flat here, and then there's a little nub here. I might change this out so that it's a little bit easier with these little nubs instead of having like a square hole here. For the switch here has a very small kind of little nub here. So I think having 2 knobs here will be better than having a hole. But this is a proof of concept. It works. It works pretty well, and it just kind of fits on top. Snaps in. Gotta make sure it clicks in there, and then you can kind of see when the green light shows up if I have it in there. There we go. So I'll turn it on and you can see the green LED turn on there. I do want to add an I and an O label so you know where if it's on and off, because you can do like a nice little engraving here on the first layer. So that was kind of cool. I haven't done that yet. And then of course there's like this little kind of embossed feature here that kind of makes it look like a webcam, I guess, with these little fins and this nice, indent. So that's kind of neat. The bottom here has a nice threaded screw that prints in place. And then the thread, rather, just a print in place thread. And then you can add the tripod screw here if you want to mount it to a tripod, which helps out for photography. I'm happy with the case. This snap fits open. You can see here I'm using the JST 3-pin JST to power the LED and the switch. You got your battery in there and just 2 mounting holes for the PCB bracket. So pretty simple snap fit, no support required case. Let's see if we can get another photo. And I updated the chime to be a little bit more high pitch because the one right now is kind of low. And the LED goes back on, and hey, that time it worked. You can see the camera overhead there. Not much to look at, but
I was trying to show mine, but yours came up pretty quick.
Mine came up first. I had one of the cat the other time. There you go.
Well, the button's a little easy to push.
Yeah, the button's easy to push.
Oh wow, that was fast.
Yeah, it was a lot faster. Yeah,
wow.
It just depends if like no feeds are coming. I don't know. I'll ask Grant. Like what? Sometimes it's. I think it needs like a try and accept in the code too, because sometimes like requests will get overloaded.
You get the better light.
So yeah, again, we're prototyping it. I think this might be the first time we're using an image. There you go. It looks really good. Yeah.
Dang, that's fast.
Yeah, it was fast. And the Pi camera library has like built-in things like chime, so you can like add your own frequency to make a different chime if you want. Or maybe use Synth.io and use a Cedar Grove's chime library to get some real nice chimes going.
Say just use the Ring doorbell one. Just swipe it.
Oh really? Yeah, WAV file. Yeah, you can do that too. So that's what we're prototyping. It's a nice collab project with Brent because he's doing Adafruit IO.
Yeah.
And, it's cool to see image capture working in Adafruit IO. Yeah, and it's a fun case. You got a nice color scheme going there with the purple.
I was gonna say, get like the Art Deco feel with this. Like, yeah,
it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah,
I really like the USB-C cutout.
It's
kind of cool.
It's notched out.
Notch. All right, what do folks say on Discord? Maybe we got some ideas. Case looks slick. Thank you very much, Squid. I'm not sure if we can scroll through older images. I'm going to ask Brant if we can do that. But there is an ability to have history in your Adafruit IO feed, so that might be cool.
I say we have.
Tyeth has a good quote here. He said, well, don't quote him, but the red bar on the top of IO means that the tab isn't receiving data, so you might need to refresh. Okay, I think that is true. The print quality is drool worthy. Oh man. Yeah, the just standard print settings. For this one, I'm using the Creality S1 Plus. Pedro using the Creality CR10S Pro. We were big fans of the Creality printers. Yeah, Brant is also working on a weatherproofed outdoor. What is it, like an animal wildlife camera project? So he's using one of the injection molded weatherproof enclosures for his project, just because it has all the gaskets and stuff. He is working on that. Yeah, I live in an apartment, so this probably work well, but not so much for an exterior of the house. Yep, because of the weather. Again, it's a proof of concept. Maybe something for an office setting. It might make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be worried if somebody stole mine too.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks cool.
Although,
I like
if
that.
they stole it, well, actually, it wouldn't connect to their Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, maybe it's good for an office setting where you're with your colleagues or something. And the other part of it I didn't mention is that there's SMS capability, email notifications with Adafruit IO, so you can get a text when the doorbell has been rung. So that'd be cool. 15 millimeters thick. Yeah. He made so DJ Devin is sharing his cover for the Ring doorbell.
It's nice.
So you'll need a hammer to break.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes, the kitty cat.
Having history feed means the feed values are limited to a much smaller size. So having no history means up to 100 kilobyte images. Oh, okay. All right. That's the limitation. Okay. Good to know. All right. So that is what we are working on. Not next week, but the week after, we'll be able to have a nice learn guide and video out. And hopefully we'll have all the kinks worked out. Maybe a updated case where I have some labels on here and those nubs I was talking about. Because I did have to line it up perfect. If you noticed over the overhead, I had to line up the switch just right. And you do want to be careful not to break your switch, right?
Yeah.
We've had that happen with older boards. So be careful. That's why we're prototyping.
Yeah.
Cool. So be on the lookout for this. I think it might be cool to do a layer by layer on the switch, because as it grew, that might be kind of cool to cover. Maybe this little feature too, which is using the emboss feature, but you could manually model that too. If you want a model of the Momento, we have it up on the product learn guide as well. So you can get a 3D model of that as well. And the open source Eagle file if you want to manufacture your own.
No, I didn't post any links.
Yeah, me neither. I've been in the zone here. It's nice not to post things.
Let's see. Here is the GitHub. I'm talking about all the CAD stuff right there. The fritzing. There is a fritz for it as well.
Yeah. That's right. Good stuff.
And of course, the guy in the video. All of that.
Yep.
Question on the YouTubes. 19-year-old wants to become an electrical engineer. How do I take admission? Oh, I went to school for 3D animation. No, you went to school for design.
Yeah. Yep.
How did we end up here? I don't know.
Yeah, we came across. I would say this question for tonight on Ask an Engineer, where Lamar, Lady Ada,
Yes,
a real MIT graduate, electrical engineer, she could definitely give you some tips and pointers on her story. And
we just fell into this.
Advice. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's
I could give you information on doing 3D animation and motion graphics and video production and web design and
yeah. Sorry, we can't. Good advice.
I know the only reason we could do this is because of the 3D animation.
Yes, and photography,
the marketing, and all that.
Yes. All right. Are we ready for a time lapse?
Yeah.
This week, every week, we do a time lapse that is a design from the community, and this week we have a little bit of a novel utensil.
Yeah. So of course it's got to happen to everybody where all of your tongs are dirty in the dishwasher, and you're like, crap. So you grab 2 spoons, and I saw this print come up, and I was like, whoa, this is exactly what I need right now. It was so, what's it called? So relatable when I saw this pop up in the feed, and all it does is just hold 2 spoons. So pop this guy out. It has a nice little groove in here.
Yeah. So does it, from a design standpoint, is it designed for a specific size of spoon handle, or it
I
doesn't
think
matter?
a variety of spoons will fit just because of the way this is tapered. So if you
Okay.
have a bigger spoon, it's going to stop more higher up than if it's a smaller spoon. So you can push that in further down in there, and it's going to
That's
grab
smart.
on.
Yeah.
Like the
That's a
sizes
clever
of
way
it.
to handle a varied design, because
Yeah, especially
boy,
with this
there are
little stuff
so
here.
many different spoons.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like
and
one size fits all in a way. That's interesting.
yeah, I like how it avoids the using 3D printed parts for food, because it's touching
Yeah,
the utensil. The utensil is
that's
actually
smart.
touching
Yep.
the food. So yeah,
Hmm.
that just slides in there like that. There you go.
Very nice.
Of course, you could put like a fork on the other side. But yeah,
Yeah.
the snap I'm using it for. No, I would not put this in the dishwasher.
No, not the handle.
No, not the handle. No, the thing that's getting dirty is just the spoons.
Yeah, your food safe steel. So that's
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, so I'm just grabbing, salad,
Yeah.
or in my case, I like cheese, just sprinkled it over.
Okay.
But yeah, no, this is not going to go in the food or
All right.
dishwasher.
So this is a design that's for free on printables.com, and it was designed by Hydrotatic, and he calls it the TongsNow, just in time for holiday party sharing. So here's a couple photos of it in action, and so a nice kind of GIF. It says
There you go.
instant tongs, anytime, any cutlery combo. And I haven't really seen an adaptable tong thing like this before, but then again, I'm not really going out there to
I wasn't looking for this,
just
but it just
kitchen
popped up. I think it was like featured on
well, tree supports are highly recommended. Did you use support?
I used no supports because I didn't know.
Oh,
And you can see that it
just prints like that.
did okay job. Yeah, somebody commented
It's
too
flat.
that the tree supports would have been fine.
Okay. Oh, I see. There's some overhang for
Oh yeah,
that
there's a bunch.
that cavity there, and of
Mhm.
course over here too.
Yeah.
But wow, it's a testament to try out your design with no supports and see how it
Mhm.
comes out.
No,
And sometimes you'll be surprised.
works.
Very cool. All right, and you are actually
That's
using
exactly what happened, DJ Devin. Never have enough too many tongs for making like tacos. Always have 2 for
that's
fried
funny.
shells. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so you can
exactly what happened.
Yeah,
We were both in the dishwasher. I'm like, oh man.
that's funny. Or you can use it for chopsticks. Modify the design. I'm gonna sneeze for a second.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Cool. That is the time lapse. I didn't run the video, so let's go ahead and take a look at the video. I got it here.
Can't see any of the controls when I'm in full screen.
Yeah. What's cool is you can pick any color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see
wow.
all the overhang.
You really see the overhang. Wow.
much,
Yeah, maybe use some supports.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you want to clean it up. I guess you can always clean it up.
It cleaned up pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see there.
Yeah,
I
you
just
can see.
chop it off.
It works. That's fun. No waste here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like your spoons. They're very Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah. Hopefully you chop it off before any bits fall into your food. That's the only way.
Oh gosh, don't say that. And it's just regular PLA, no like PETG.
Nothing special. Yeah. Definitely, you should probably use PETG.
I always find PETG hard to print because you gotta print hotter.
Yeah, you gotta print a little bit slower is all.
You gotta like bake the film. You gotta dry the filament out before you use it or something.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, great time lapse. Good test of no supports.
Oh yeah, super useful for cooking too.
Yeah, and we have the link in the Discord. Let me drop the link for that, folks. There you go. Got the link. Should show up there. Instant tongs. All right. Let's move on. Who needs tongs? Cookie Monster. All right. Next up is community makes. These were makes that were sent to us this week. Folks are printing some fun stuff. Let's take a look. First up, Snowbirds. I'm up here in New England, in the Northeast or the Northeast, and we got a lot of snow. It snowed last night, and I did this last 2 weeks ago or something, and like four people posted up their makes of their snowbirds. First one up is from KG08858. They said they printed it up here with snow and also a snow duck, and split the model into parts and assigned different extruders with some old PLA. Anyway, this one of the wiper towers fell off. Oh, print is still usable. Did a test for some snow outside.
Oh, wow.
So here's a dual extruder version of it.
Oh,
A little messy there because the tower came off.
Yeah, you just clean it up.
Yeah, that's I guess it's the Prusa XL.
Huh.
It's a new printer, and there you can see some of the snow. You know, I'm new to snow because it's my first year seeing real snow, and I noticed there's different types of snow. And if you are a person that grew up with snow, you know the different types of snow. And it's like in the middle of like wet snow and dry snow that makes good molds, but you already know that. We have another. Let me show all because basically these are all the community makes. This one was printed by Frederick. Frederick printed there. They said it was a fun little print. The hinges worked right off the print. 0.285 layer height, 0.28 layer height. It would have been better with 0.2 or less because of the bird. It's easier to remove from the mold. Maybe not. I'm not a snowbird scientist. And here's a nice photo of the bird. Look at the tail. It came out really well. The beak. Very, very cool. There's a little bit of the snow in the mold still. But yeah, I've never made a snow mold before. And I think I talked about last week or the week before. This is the IoT bird project and just repurposed to make it a two-part mold that has built-in hinges that are printed in place. One from Joe R. Nice print, quite fast and good quality. It's printed in this red filament. Looks good. And then the first print was from Stranded Org. Yeah, Stranded Org. And they said it was a fast and easy print with a 0.6 nozzle, 0.3 layers. Hinges work well. That's good to know. When your hinges work with a 0.6 nozzle, that means it's good. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't get a chance to test it out because the snow here is ephemeral. We have piles of ice now. Yeah, that was us last week. But here it is printed, looking really nice in that 0.6 nozzle and that 0.3 layer height. There's some snow, but it is ice. I know the feeling. Yeah. Cool. So I seem to have a popular snow print. Pedro, who's down in South Florida, you're going to have to
I know.
some wet sand.
The sand did not work. It wasn't wet enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens with the snow here too. Very cool. All right. And then after that, a practical print. This is a remix posted up by Jay. It's a remix of our Raspberry Pi Zero case with some spot for a STEMMA breakout sensor. This one's the BME 680 from the looks of it in the picture. You got a little hole there for USB power for the Pi Zero. And there's a quick connector here from, I think, SparkFun. Looks really nice with the STEMMA QT cable. Very nice. Very practical. There's some additional. Oh, those are printed standoffs. That's clever. And this prints without any supports, I believe. And there you go. That is all the makes that were sent to us this week. Thank you, everybody, for sending your makes.
The twisting of that STEMMA cable.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah. I suppose that helps with I don't know. What does twisting the cable do? It just keeps it bundled, or is there electrical properties that it helps with? Somebody more knowledgeable than me might know. That is the community makes.
Awesome.
All right. I got a comment from DJ Devin. Like your print and place hinges. Thank you. I use my SD card box with the hinges all the time. It still works great. Very nice. BME 680 can be pretty far off with the adjustment code. The BM 280 is much more accurate in this version.
I have noticed that.
Right. Oh, yeah, because you use it too for your plans, right?
Yeah, I already know what the offset for it is.
Yeah.
Like
PLA is not dishwasher safe.
No,
G might warp. Yeah, no, it is not. That's why this design is kind of
This
good.
is not for,
Don't throw it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, this is
Just
not for dishwashing.
wash your utensils.
For holding the utensils.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought those are too. Squid.jpg is asking. I'm assuming the twisting helps reduce.
That's what I thought.
interference
That's why
noise.
I never twist them. I always do the
Helps reduce the interface.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. I've seen JP do a lot of twist stuff before.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, he has a whole guide where he puts it to the drill and.
and okay. Yeah. All right. Well, if you run into that, that's I guess it's a pro tip. Cool. All right, folks. I think we have covered all the segments.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and promote the coupon code if you want to pick up anything today. We'll also have one tonight on Ask an Engineer. And then another one tomorrow with JP's workshop. Let's take a snapshot. There you go.
Let's see how fast it'll go.
Or slow. We'll see.
Kind of switch over.
There it goes. There it goes.
Yeah, it's pretty damn fast.
Yeah, now it is. Cool. Oh, sorry. I removed the wrong thing. All right, folks. Tonight, we invite you to come on Show and Tell. Hosted by, I believe Melissa will be hosting tonight. If not, Lady Ada and Mr. Lady Ada will be hosting. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then shortly after, we'll be Asking Engineer at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can come on the Adafruit Discord server to get the invite code, the StreamYard link, to join in and share your projects. Anything is good. All right, I think I'm checking all my stuff. Everybody's saying goodbye. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in live and folks that are watching on the archive. Yep, we have some more links. If you want to check out any other cool stuff from folks in the community, check out the Adafruit Discord server. We'll see you folks tonight. I think I'm going to come on and show off my last week. Was this last week or 2 weeks ago? I can't even remember.
Last week, yes.
Yeah, this was last week's fun project. I'll come on and share that with Melissa and or company.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little NeoPixel rotary thing, fidget project.
Show off the shutter.
Yeah, maybe we'll both be on. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody so much. We'll probably hang out and see you on the show and tell. If not, we'll be back next week with some more prototype projects. We're going to push back the doorbell for another week. But I have some other components in hand that I'm going to do some fun projects with. This is a big display.
You were going to show that off. I'm glad you did because I did not realize it was that big.
This is a big one. This is a 1.2 inch 7-segment display.
I know you hear 1.2. It's like, oh, it's an inch. It's
No, it looks big, right? It's big. Yeah. Who can guess what I'm going to make with that? Probably a clock. It's a clock. Those all the spoilers. All right. Thanks so much.
Oh, we should update the knuckles. The LED knuckles. It's a huge knuckle.
Huge knuckles. That was a joke project, but it was kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe a wearable clock thing.
Yeah. She probably did with the alpha, no? Do we have an alpha one that big? No, probably
No, we don't. We only have a 7-segment, so it's good for
you know what that means. As soon as the project comes out,
we'll have an alpha. Yeah. Mainly because the STEMMA QT ports are on here. That's why we're kind of refreshing this.
Yeah.
And we don't really have like a RTC CircuitPython clock. And I kind of want to make a cool retro mid-century modern case for it. Seen some really cool ones from Braun.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Digital Flavor Flav.
Digital Flavor Flav. Cool.
Now, cool. We're out of here, guys.
Yeah, man. I gotta use the bathroom. we're ending a little early, but it's fine. We'll see folks next week. But until then, remember to
make
a great day.
Bye,
everybody.